Hi everyone. I often get asked how I use the essential oils in my everyday life and how to use them for hormone support and supporting during our lunar cycle as women. So I have a few things that I do that I love to do to self-care in this time. My major time of pain and contracted state is when I'm ovulating. And when it's my moon bleed, I find that I'll use slightly different things to support me. So I'm going to show you some oils of how I self-care in this time and give myself space to cave out even when I can't physically go and remove myself to a cave-like space. Life is what it is. We have kids, we have work that we do, we have houses to look after, whatever it is that's your thing. We've all got things to do. So this is a little bit of coming back into being, even if it's just for 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes in the evening for aromatic dressing. So let's begin. So I'm going to begin with the pain element and what I do to support myself when my body feels very contracted, which it does when I'm ovulating. I find the ice blue or the deep blue rub fabulous. So it's a whole bottle of the ice blue oil in a beautiful menthol cream base. So it heats up, it's very cooling to begin with, and then it heats up and it just slowly, for me, it just feels like it's just dissolving that tight ball of pain that I carry around in that area. So it could be my lower back, over my belly, and just a tiny amount. Like probably half a pea over my belly is more than enough for me. I do support with hot water bottles and things at night as well. So for now, I'm just going to focus with the essential oils. In the morning if I need to, but certainly a night before sleep, I will actually use the deep blue polyphenol complex. And I'll take 1 to 2 depending on how full on it's feeling and how much support I need. And I find I sleep so much better with this as well. So I can still do what I've taught you in the past. So something like vetiver on the big toe, and then the peace blend from the aromatherapy kit, the emotional aromatherapy kit, massaged on the whole of the sole of my feet. So each toe gets vetiver and each foot is wrapped up in love and massaged with that peace blend. And I'll take 1 to 2 of these. Now, during the day for ongoing support, what I carry in my handbag is the Clary Calm and the past tense. Why do I do this? One is because I find the past tense, being the relaxing blend, does go right into relaxing my body. When I enter into that more contracted state, what happens is my mind is often buzzing, my head gets very full and often very achy, so it might manifest as neck aches or actual head ache. And I will use the past tense like so. So just take it off. I breathe it in 3 times and really get myself receiving and into deep gratitude for the past tense blend. And then I swipe it across the back of my neck and just really massage that in. You know, you want to create friction to allow that to go in. And then not on the temples, because these little smile lines right here, for those of you that have them, they're like roadways straight into the eyes, right? So we want to take the past tense and just place it a little higher up. So follow that temple line up, and you'll find that during that time of tension, the veins are quite dilated anyway, so you'll find that quite easily. If I need, I'll take a little bit on my hand and rub my lower back for lower back support, and that's during my moon bleed usually. The Clary Calm is phenomenal. Not only does it have the Clary Sage and the various other oils, which I know you all know and love, that support us, it also has Vitex. Now, traditionally with Vitex, we would take that as a pill, some sort of encapsulated form. It's from the chase tree. It is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant for helping us as women to become regular in our cycle. So that's traditionally what it was used for. So I think it's brilliant that doTERRA actually have that in here. We have Clary Sage in here, lavender, bergamot, cedarwood, ylang-ylang, geranium, fennel oil, carrot seed, palmarosa, and this beautiful Vitex. Now, fennel for me works really well in this time because it's so warming. So peppermint is one that I will often turn to as well to support me, and I might put like a drop of peppermint in my water, for instance, but sometimes that's too cooling, so I'll put Fennel or DigestZen, which will help just kind of keep me warm and keep that area nice and expanded. And the last thing I'll say that I use for any tension, contracted state, pain type states in my body, and that can also be emotional pain, and these two I find are very supportive with that. And it's got old frankincense, and the white fir. And there's a couple of ways I use this. One is just a drop of each in my hand. So I'll show you. And I'll just kind of wet it. It's barely even a full drop. I usually do a full drop of Frankie Boy. And then I just rub it. And I breathe them in 3 times. And after I've done the 3 times breathing in, I rub it all over my clothing and over my hair. And that's setting up a beautiful force field of protection for me. And also just that sense of, I have 2 beautiful beings with me that are supporting me, like angelic beings. And they're supporting me, and they're loving me, and they're standing by me. For me, frankincense is that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Together we can do this. And white fir stands as the sentinel of the forest, protecting, upholding, very grounding, very earthing, a beautiful big reminder of being present to what is. Yeah? White fir and frankincense also work really well with the pain state in the body. So emotional pain around what we're going through, our mood state with whatever we're going through, and then of course physical pain. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's just started raining here, and oh my god, it's so perfect, especially while I'm talking about frankincense and white fir. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I'm surrounded in trees right now. I'm down in Margaret River, so I'm in heaven. So frankincense and white fir are huge emotional supports for me, and barely a day goes by where I don't use both of them, but certainly frankincense every day. And the other way I love using frankincense is just a little bit smattering on my wrists, and I'm breathing him in. And you can ingest frankincense in water as well. So that's that. The last thing I'll say is with the pain aspect is I will carry the peppermint beadlets with me in my bag, and I will actually just put one in. I'll only have 1 or 2 a day when I'm in this state, and I find it just enlivens me, brings me back into focus, helps take me out of that feeling of I don't feel so good. And also helps to work with the pain as well, because again, peppermint with that high menthol content works super effectively with the pain body. Now, when I talk about the pain body, I'm talking about the physical, mental, and emotional pain body, just to be clear, okay? So I find that the essential oils, with their intelligence, they go where they need to go in the body. They work with our body. So it's not that the essential oils are curing us, hallelujah, amen, all this done. They're actually working with our body so profoundly, communicating with each other so profoundly, bringing us back to, constantly reminding us to come back to our natural state, reclaiming our birthright of joy, of love, of expansion, yeah, of health, of abundance, of prosperity. So that brings in lots of different energetic balances for me, I find anyway, yeah. Now, there's a couple of other things that I do. So after I have a shower, I will apply. At the moment, I'm actually loving a squirt of the Verage serum and the Verage face cream. So I'm actually combining both of them right now. We just got back from America, so I'm finding that super hydrating, just to help get my face feeling like it always has. Youthful and wonderful. And then I love the Salubelle, also known as Immortelle. And you literally just take it and you just do a dab, 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 dab. Tiny little dots. And I love a little bit on my wrists, my pulse points, and a little bit here as well. And we're just gently massaging that in. So I do that after I've put the serum and the face cream on. I find it's great for extra support. It supports, you know, the bags under the eyes, feeling tired, that kind of energy around that area. And I find that because of the powerful oils in it, I mean, if you look at them, there's helichrysum, there's frankincense, there are others as well, but let's focus on those two. Those two work really beautifully with pain as well. Sometimes there is pain, such deep emotional pain, that it manifests as not seen. Yeah, so I find these two really supportive of enabling me to see what really is. So that may help with some things for you. Okay, now I've just gotten out of the shower, and what do I love to do? Aromatically dress. So for aromatic dressing, there's a couple of different things you can do. One is you can use this beautiful hand and body lotion. It's unscented and it's divine. And I've got to tell you, while I was in America, I found that maybe with the water difference, not sure, but my skin felt quite dry. And I used this with a little squirt of the fractionated coconut oil. And my goodness, what an amazing combination it was. So deeply penetrating, hydrating, and I felt like there was like protection on my skin as well. So that's a really gorgeous dynamic duo, but of course you can use each of them on their own. 10 mils of the fractionated coconut oil, which is about 2 teaspoons, is enough for the whole body. So I was like doing a squirt of this, and I don't know how much it was, around 10 mils, but it was just luscious and yummy, and you just spread it, you know, spread it all over the body, and it was utterly delicious. And because this is unscented, you just create whatever you want with that, with your own perfume for the body as you anoint yourself. So let's start with deodorant. I'm loving Patchouli at the moment. She's always been great, but at the moment I'm really singing to her tune. So I'll just put a couple of drops in one hand and rub that on my pits, a couple of drops in the other. And it is safe neat, because especially because you're just about to aromatically dress. So you're about to just, you know, line that with the carrier oil or the beautiful, the cream as well. So do that as you feel. For children, she's safe as well as a deodorant. So you could make a roller bottle in some fractionated coconut oil and do some patchouli and lavender and frankincense mix. Melaleuca is a really good deodorant as well. There are lots, but that's just a couple. What I did this morning that I found so nourishing was I put 3 drops of balance and a drop of patchouli, and I massaged each foot with that. And my goodness, I was instantly finding I was just taking deep breaths, just really relishing where I was. Balance is already suspended in fractionated coconut oil. This is a journey with trees and utter deliciousness, which really matches where I am right now as well. Just allowing myself to drop into being with trees, the bush, the ocean as well, which is right near, but I'm such a tree girl. So those two together on the soles of the feet, deeply grounding, helping me to be present and to remember to just love me and nurture me. Then I take an aromatic dressing bowl. Now at home I use the wild oils, aromatic dressing bowls and boxes to store everything. And I realized when I got here I forgot my bowl, which doesn't normally happen. So I found this cute little bowl. It's green, like the trees and the earth all around me. And then you just take your fractionated coconut oil and place about 10 mils in there. Yeah. You put your fractionated coconut oil in. And then we're going to create a beautiful aromatic blend to support us during this time. So for me, it's supporting where I'm at with my hormones, with my mood, really being aware of what I'd like to call forth. And what I'd like to call forth is a deep sense of gratitude for what is. Yeah, this amazing sacred temple of mine. So I'm calling in tranquility, deep peace, grounding, the energy of creation. I'm feeling really creative while I'm here, so I'm writing a lot, I'm doing video posts, I'm being really present to feeling what is needed right now from me, and being open to that and knowing that maybe I haven't given enough in a certain area and now it's time to give more. And in order for me to do that, let's fill my cup and come into complete joy with that. So I'm really embracing that right now. So one oil that I'm using to help with that is Clary Sage. This is a beautiful oil for women and for men to balance that sacred feminine in them. But this oil works really beautifully with the hormones, with our moods. She's actually one of the most euphoric oils in the aromatherapy kingdom. So you want a dab of euphoria, joy and elation, turn to Clary Sage. She's beautiful. So we're going to go 2 drops of Clary. And as I use her and combine her with Geranium, I can feel that support for my hormones, for my lunar cycle. That support coming in at let's bring you into balance. Now, geranium's an interesting one. Can't stand her most of the time, except when I'm ovulating or certain times during my cycle. Ovulation and bleed is usually it. So she's an amazing essential oil to work with anger, come back into your heart space, with grief. Yeah, they're not things that I encounter in my life over much, but right now I'm just like wanting to drink her. And why is that? It's because she is whispering in my ears, let me come in and help balance your womb space right now. You're a little out of balance. Let me come in and just sing my song into your heart so that you can fill your cup a little more, so that you don't feel resentful for giving so much or putting so much out, or whatever it is that we may spiral into when we feel exhausted. It's very human emotions, yeah? What lies within the shadows still needs to be looked at. It's not all about being happy and wonderful all the time. We get exhausted, and when we get exhausted, we're compromised, I find. Throw hormone imbalances on top of that, mood stuff swinging us from here to there on top of it, and we start to feel really out of kilter, yeah? And then I find we start to judge ourselves. So geranium and clary sage come in and say, let's just take a deep breath and come back to what is the truth right here, right now. And of course, when I need support for coming into truth, I turn to my beloved, frankincense. Nothing sets me on the path of truth like he does. He shows me right there in my face, this is what's real. This is what's real. Will you return to what's real? And what comes back with that is the return to love, return to your heart. That's what's real. Anything that doesn't come from love comes from fear. Yeah. So we always have a choice. So let's add a little drop of Frankie Boy to this mix, just one drop. And then I'm going to call on some support from the, oh, sorry about the noise of that there. Then I'm going to call on some support from the duvet of the aromatherapy kingdom, lavender. So again, it's not that I'm a lavender person. I'm actually not even overly a floral person, though you wouldn't know it from this blend and what's calling me to them at the moment. Clary sage, lavender, geranium, phenomenally strong flowers. Now, lavender helps me to stay in my truth, to communicate my truth, and to communicate the messages I'd really like to deliver. So a drop of her goes in, and like frankincense, she works really beautifully when the body goes into creating an inflammatory response around pain, around contraction. So be that emotional, be that mental, be that physical. So she's going to help soothe, calm, nurture, nourish, and work really beautifully in tandem with Frankie Boy with that. Now, the last thing I really want in this blend is some deep earthing and grounding. So I would turn to patchouli or white fir. So depending on the smell that you want, turn to whichever one appeals to you. Now, I've put patchouli on my feet already, so I could double that up and put that in that blend, which I did this morning. But right now I'm really feeling called to adding some white fir to this. So I'm going to add some white fir and bring on that real kingly energy. This is kind of like that Aragon energy from Lord of the Rings. So now what do? We just imagine that we've gotten out of a beautiful luscious bath, maybe with some Epsom salts and clary sage, touch of lavender. And we've bathed and we've released and let go of that which no longer serves us, the tension, the negative mind spin, the holding in our hearts of maybe something someone said that hurt us, that we allowed to hurt us or bring us pain. We let that dissolve, and as we pull out the plug, watch it all go down the plug. Or maybe you've had a shower and just let that water wash over you and cleanse you, and you watch it all go down. Watch it all go down the drain pipe. Anything that doesn't serve you, let it all dissolve. So then you go into that space of, okay, I've just got out of the shower, the bath, now what? So we take our Verage and we do a little bit of the serum and or the moisturizer and just massage that over the face. And a couple of dabs of the Salubelle around the eyes or the Immortelle, both the same thing. And maybe your pulse points over your heart. Take the serum and the moisturizer over your neck, over your heart space. And just breathe it in. You create your blend. I'm not going to stand up now because I don't know how to work this video and to change all that. So let's just stay where we are, and we're going to dip and rub. Imagine you're standing and you bend down and you're just bending and you're massaging big circular motions like this, moving up toward the heart. Dip and rub and you massage. You haven't done this sitting down before. And you dip and rub and you're going to do your hip area and release the tension that we hold there, yeah? And you dip and rub and you do your tush. I love you, beautiful tush. You're such a yummy tush. Give love messages, yeah? My knees, I love you. Thank you for supporting me. Dip and rub, belly. Oh, thank you for being the hub of my creativity, beautiful mound of Venus. Thank you for bringing my children into life. Thank you for nourishing me and reminding me that this is my place of power. This is where I can come back for more goodness. Dip and rub over the heart center. I love you. Look in the mirror, look at yourself. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. You're doing awesome. Do your breasts area. Under the breast is a beautiful entry point for essential oils, remember, so do that. Just a note to breastfeeding mama bears, please be aware not to get too much or not to get any on your areola or nipple, because Bubby needs to drink from there, and stay away from putting too much peppermint on you. And dip and rub, and you're going to do your arms, your shoulders, dip and rub and do your back, and you bend over and you do your back. And I've shown you all how to do that, but this feels really good, so I'm just going to do it. And dip and rub and do the high out of reach areas. I love just going over the throat again and just, I express my truth with love. I express my truth for me and to serve the higher good of all concerned. Do the back of the neck. Already done your face, but I just love a little swipe there and there to smell what I'm putting on. And then do the bottom of your hair, just feel that, and you can even get rid of the frizz with it. Do the soles of your feet, hands, breathe it in. I give thanks for life. I give thanks for what is. I give thanks for everything that comes into my life, all the challenges, the shadow, the joy, the light, because it has helped me to be who I am today. I embrace the day with joy and love. Come into whatever it is for you, whatever affirmations, whatever you'd like to say that has you feeling all warm inside, has you feeling grateful. If you can begin and end each day with a prayer of gratitude, with some meditation, with something, movement maybe, something that gets you started and gets you weaving your magic into life. You'll find that you'll be calling forth so much magic into your life. And when the challenges arise, you find it much easier to come back to that choice in your deep center in your belly and in your heart to return to love. Return to love. Return to love. I love you all. Namaste. We give thanks to Mother Earth for the phenomenal gifts she has given us, and to doTERRA for delivering them to us in happy little bottles. Om Shanti. Shanti Om. Have a beautiful day, everyone.